You are standing on a hill above the little village of Hateno. Your friend Kipling stands next to you. It is good to have Kipling beside you. He is a solid and dependable presence. He is the kind of friend that you can stand with peacefully, without the need for conversation, but knowing that if you ever needed it, he would provide a ready ear and good advice. Kipling is old, his beard long and grey, his face craggy from a life spent on the road. He is reed-thin, his clothes hanging loosely. But there is a quiet strength in the way he stands with his arms folded, his back straight, and his brown eyes twinkling as he gazes at the plains beyond the village. It is mid-afternoon. It has been a hot and still day. It has been a day for taking your time, for soaking up the sun, spending time with friends, and putting off until tomorrow what does not need to be done today. Or perhaps for putting it off for a good while longer. Hateno Village lies nestled in the hills below you. There is a single street, lined with little houses of wattle and daub, with roofs of thatch or wooden shingles. There are more houses in the hills, surrounded by neat little vegetable gardens and paddocks in which goats and a few horses are kept. There are orchards too, cherry trees, peach trees, apple trees, their leaves bright green, and their limbs laden with brightly coloured fruit. It is a happy place of bright colour and great abundance. You can see people, distance making them tiny, but recognizable to you nonetheless. There are groups of people in the main street visiting shops, pausing to show each other what they have bought, or to just chat. There are children, laughing and running. There are people tending to their gardens and walking to houses to visit friends. There are even a few people on other hills out for the same reason as you and Kipling, to soak up the day and the feeling of having nothing to do and nowhere to go. A few of them see you and wave cheerily. "Hello," comes a distant call. You smile and wave back. Beyond the village, the hill descends into a huge and flat plain. The main street of Hateno Village flows out into the plain and becomes a thin road, straight and true, disappearing in the distance. You can see the sparkle of faraway lakes, the glint of distant forests, and on the horizon snow-capped mountains. There is adventure to be found on that road. But not yet. One day, soon, but not just yet. For now, you are content to stand in silence, to feel the sun on your skin, to be embraced by the faint smell of wood smoke, the rich odor of the earth and the things growing in it, and the happy sounds of the villagers going about their lives. It is humid. The air is charged, making your skin tingle. A change is on its way. Even now, a breeze stirs, and with it comes the scent of rain. Kipling is used to silence. Kipling is a travelling merchant, crossing Hyrule with his cart and his 2 donkeys, stopping at villages to deliver his wares. Most of the time he is alone, save for his donkeys. Yet he is rarely lonely. Hyrule is a vast land, but it is not an empty one. It is filled with natural wonders, the ruins of ancient civilizations, magical creatures and mysteries. And though the villages on the roads Kipling travels are sparse, Kipling is welcome wherever he goes. If Kipling has a home, however, it is here, in Hateno Village. Kipling comes here often, always staying with you for a week or two, sometimes longer, to replenish his supplies, to rest, and to exchange stories with you about your adventures. A breeze stirs. You turn your face to it, reveling in its freshness after such a hot day. There is a tang in the air, the scent of rain. It is a deep, rich, earthy smell. Kipling stirs beside you.
The storm will be here soon. We have, maybe, a couple of hours until the storm front hits.
There are dark clouds on the horizon. You can see flickers of lightning within the clouds.
Looks like a wild one, too. We will have to make sure everything is shut up tight before it arrives.
You turn your gaze towards your home, which is set atop a hill on the other side of the village. It is a simple, well-made house, built with a wooden frame and a shingled roof. It stands alone on the hill, allowing you and your guests an unparalleled view over the plains of Hyrule on one side and the village of Hateno on the other side. You can see a curl of smoke from your chimney. One of your other friends, Norbert, is preparing your evening meal. He has his own home, but he likes to stay with you and enjoys cooking for you and whomever else comes to visit you. You keep an open house and have many visitors. You never have to be alone in Hateno Village. As if reading your thoughts, Kipling smiles.
No matter how far I travel, I have yet to find the equal of a good, simple Hateno Village meal. We will be safe, warm and dry tonight under your good roof and walls. Add the fine company of our friend Norbert, a crackling fire and heavy rain, and we have all the ingredients for a perfect evening. Shall we make our way home?
You readily agree. You make your way down the hill, finding a trail that winds around the hilltop, and by a long, circuitous path will lead you back to the village. You are in no hurry. You stride along, enjoying the cool change and the sights and sounds of the lands around the village. You see two boys sitting on a rock watching over a flock of sheep. They are playing a merry jig, one on a silver flute and the other on a lyre. The sheep are uninterested in the boys' performance. They stand placidly staring at you. You travel down the hill, descending into a broad meadow. The meadow is filled with purple and yellow flowers. You look up. All that day, fluffy white clouds have hung, unmoving in the endless blue sky. The clouds are moving now, however, and rapidly too. High winds are making the white clouds long and narrow as they glide silently above you, away from the approaching storm front. There are darker clouds behind them, flickering with lightning. Flights of birds race above you, arrow straight, outrunning the storm. There are other creatures even higher up, dragons perhaps, or other magical creatures. You close your eyes and turn your face to the breeze. The air whispers secrets, the hero's courage, the princess's longing, mysteries of far distant places. You smell the blooms in the meadow, pine needles, dry earth, and the ever-growing scent of rain. Change, possibility, and growth are in the air.
Look, even the bees sense that it is time to make ready for the rain.
You look to where Kipling is pointing and see solid streams of bees flying in straight lines, as if following an invisible path in the air. They are making their way back to their hives hanging in trees not far away. You watch the strange spectacle for a while, until the streams of bees have all gone and the meadow is quiet again, save for the whisper of the wind through the flowers and grass. You resume your journey. Presently, you descend towards a little river. The trail leads to a bridge. On the other side is the main street of Hateno Village. Hateno Village is a quaint and lovely place. It is full of colour, movement, and the happy sounds of people going about their lives. No one here is particularly important. The people here do not value fame or money or even desire to achieve great things. They have discovered the secret to a good life. They live each moment to the full, sinking fully into the present, and in doing so find that they rarely have occasion to wish that things were different. Here you can lead a simple, peaceful, and fulfilling life. It is home. You cross the bridge. The villagers do not seem particularly alarmed about the coming storm. Some are finishing up their shopping and are making their way back to their homes, casting watchful eyes at the approaching clouds. But many are lingering, holding on to the pleasantness of a warm day spent with friends for as long as possible. Indeed, you are in no particular hurry either. There will be time enough to do a little shopping and still get home before the storm front arrives. You are met with friendly greetings from the villagers as you and Kipling stroll down the street. The village is small enough that everyone knows each other. And more than that, you all rely on each other. Hateno Village is a peaceful place, but it is surrounded by mystery and danger, and it is a long way from anywhere else. Here, you all stand together, looking after each other, keeping each other safe. You are a particularly popular figure in Hateno Village, not just because of the fame that your adventures give you, and not just because of the wealth you have earned from those same adventures, No. The people of Hateno Village care little for notoriety or treasure. You are well liked because you are universally regarded by all the villagers to be a good and kind person, a friend that everyone can rely on in need. The people of Hateno Village admire your ready wit, the way you always seem to know the right thing to say when someone needs advice, the way you go out of your way to help others, and your cheerful, positive outlook on life. You have many friends here. Here are some of them now.
Hello there, my friends. It is good to see you.
Good day to you. Isn't this cool wind pleasant after such a hot day? And rain on the way. How delightful.
Mind you both stay nice and dry tonight. It is going to be a wild one.
You smile and return their greetings. You and Kipling take your time in walking along the street. There is always something in the stores to intrigue or tempt you. Hateno Village has everything needed to lead a good and simple life in the village, or, for those with an adventurous heart, everything to properly provision any long and dangerous journey. The street is paved with cobblestones. Bright fabrics flutter in the breeze from dozens of market stalls, reds, blues and yellows. A potter displays delicate clay pots, and a fishmonger arranges silvery fish on ice. The air carries scents of spices and roasted chestnuts. There are stalls selling fruit, vegetables, hearty truffles, and wheels of cheese encased in brightly coloured wax. The atmosphere is lively and good-natured. Shopkeepers call out their specials. Groups of villagers carrying baskets move between the stalls, some with purpose, and others with the languid look of people who are just enjoying a good day out. Everyone is well dressed in Hateno Village, for it is renowned for its tailors, cloth makers, and brightly coloured dyes. You look at one villager passing by, garishly costumed in a silk dressing gown and a large feathered hat. Perhaps you think to yourself, more of Hateno Village's reputation as a fashion capital of Hyrule can be attributed to daring rather than taste. But you then reason, the greatest achievements in this world usually come from those who are willing to push the boundaries of convention. That is true in fashion, as it is in many other fields of endeavour. Kipling, it seems, does not share your philosophical take on the situation. He shakes his head ruefully as he watches this kaleidoscope of colour, fabric and feathers pass by.
If I ever express a desire to wear an outfit such as that one, I give you permission to throw a bucket of cold water over me.
Further down the street are shop fronts, brightly coloured signs hanging above the windows, advertising the goods and services sold within. There is a general store, a clothing store, a dye shop, a jewellery store, a store selling rare books and interesting magical items. In spite of how long you have been here in Hateno Village, there is always a corner of it that you have not seen, and some fresh delight to be found. You pass an elderly couple sitting on a bench, sharing memories. Their hands, weathered and intertwined, speak of a lifetime together. A group of children run past you, a puppy chasing at their heels. A travelling group of minstrels is playing on a little platform in the middle of the street. A small crowd watches them, tapping their feet with appreciation and throwing rupees into a hat pasted in front of the platform.
Cobblestones underfoot, whispering tales past. Goron's grind, a blacksmith's furnace blast. Market stalls and sacred songs echo in the air. Old Hyrule whispers promises to share. Kokiri fables, ancient woods of green. Lost woods calling, veiled through the screen. The Deku tree shadow guards the mystic light. Epona's gallop fades deep into the night. Wander on, fair stranger, through this land of lore. Sacred trials, songs of old, and so much more. The wind carries whispers from a time long gone, guiding every step until the dawn. Zora's river, clear and cold, weaving through the land. Gerudo's fortress, strong against the desert's hand. Fairy fountains hidden where few dare to tread. A kingdom's heart alive, though its legends may have fled. Hyrule fields, horizon, stretching woods of green. Whispers calm the mountains down to the restless sea. A Deku tree shadow guards the mystic light. Epona's gallop fades deep into the night. Wander on, fair stranger, through this land of lore. Sacred trials, songs of old, and so much more. The wind carries whispers from a time long gone, guiding every step until the dawn. Wander on, fair stranger, through this land of lore, of lore. Sacred trials, songs of old, and so much more. The wind carries whispers from a time long gone, guiding every step until the dawn.
You toss in a few rupees as well, earning you an appreciative bow from one of the players. You pause at a store bearing the sign Delia's Delights Biscuit Store. It has a large display window. Through the window, you see Delia herself, a young woman in a white apron and a tall white hat. She waves at you, inviting you inside.
Hello. I have been run off my feet all day, with people wanting to stock up on biscuits to munch while they watch the storm. Lucky for you, I kept aside a batch of something special. Here are some of my fresh-made Hyrulean chocolate wheaten biscuits. I know you love them. I thought you might come in to get some.
Delia smiles charmingly and hands you a green and white striped box. Inside, you see your favorite biscuits. They are made from coarse Hyrulean wheat, one side dipped in chocolate, and one side left plain. They are delicious with a cup of tea. You thank Delia and put your hand in your pouch, but she refuses.
Please keep your rupees. The biscuits are on the house. After all you have done for the village, I could not accept a single rupee from you. Please accept them as a small token of my appreciation.
She ties up the box with a silk ribbon and hands it to you.
Goodbye. Come again soon.
Kipling laughs as you leave the store.
You are a popular fellow.
You continue on your way. You pass by a tiny shop, a mere alcove really, with a sign hanging out the front which reads, "Lumina's Gems and Trinkets." The locals say the shop appeared overnight, as if summoned by moonlight and dewdrops. Lumina herself is a mystery. Her age? Unknown. Her origins? Shrouded in legend. Some say she's an ancient fairy who chose to walk among mortals. Others whisper that she's a time traveler. Lumina does not speak of her past. She rarely speaks at all. Instead, she tends to her gems, waiting for customers who seek more than adornment. You can see her inside now, bent over her work table, a jeweler's lens up to her eye as she examines a sparkling jewel, her white hair falling around her shoulders. Rings, bracelets, necklaces, and all manner of other strange artifacts are arranged on velvet cushions in shelves all around her, making her seem as if she herself is a precious ornament in the center of a huge jewelry box. Lumina's shop is not just a place to buy baubles. It's a sanctuary where time bends and stories intertwine. If you visit, tread lightly, for you might leave with more than gems. You might leave with a piece of your own legend. Kipling gestures to a single feather lying on a cushion in the window. Its iridescent blue evokes the sky itself.
Do you know what that is? It is a rare artifact. Unless I am very much mistaken, and I do not think that I am, it is a Rito feather brooch. Wear it and you'll feel the wind's embrace, the freedom of flight, the promise of horizons. Imagine the adventures you could have with that.
You have your eye on another piece. It is a simple wooden ring with a knot at the top, which has markings that make it look like a mischievous face. This whimsical creation is a Korok seed ring. When worn, it grants glimpses of hidden paths. There are many lost secrets in the land of Hyrule. You wonder what you might find with this on your finger to guide you. A peal of thunder reminds you that you risk being drenched if you linger here too much longer.
Let us talk over tea and biscuits, over what item might assist us on our next adventures.
Promising each other that you will come back and examine these treasures in earnest, you turn reluctantly away and head towards the hill leading up to your home. The streets behind you are emptying. It will not be long now until the storm arrives. Already you can feel faint droplets of rain against your skin. Lights are now glimmering in the windows all across the village. As you climb the hill, you can see the vast Hyrulean plain in front of you. The horizon is purple and red. There are dark clouds billowing up and racing towards the village, the setting sun making the sky flame behind the clouds. Your own home is glowing with light. Lamplight twinkles through the windows, and 2 lamps are hanging next to the front door, guiding you safely within. Your home is made from solid wooden beams, weathered by time and the elements, giving it a cozy appearance. The roof slopes gracefully, like a folded page in an ancient book. A wooden porch wraps around the front, its railing sturdy, yet unassuming. You step inside and are instantly greeted by light, warmth, and delicious cooking smells. Everything is just as it should be. It is a clean, sparsely furnished but comfortable place. Everything you need is neatly arranged and within easy reach. There is your bookshelf, stacked leather-bound books in bright colors and golden lettering. All your favorite books are here, both well-known and rare. There are books on your shelf that are lost in your own world, and even some from authors who left your world before their time, but have continued to write in this world. There is a large map on a wall, marked with places that you have been, and places you might yet travel to. You have spent a great deal of time poring over that map with friends, planning your adventures. There is a rack with your clothes, with mannequins beside it, on which your armor and weapons have been arrayed. There is a fire in the hearth, and candles in sconces on the walls. The big sliding doors overlooking the plain lie open. The table in front of the doors is set with simple earthenware bowls and plates. On the other side of the room, your friend Norbit is working in the kitchen. He gives you a nervous wave. He is cooking hearty mushroom and vegetable skewers.
Dinner is almost ready.
Norbit is a young, nervous-looking man. He is Hyrule's foremost expert on the ancient civilizations that used to dwell in these ancient lands. Or at least he would be, if he could summon up the courage to actually leave the village to visit these ancient sites. But courage, sadly, is something that he lacks. Kipling has made it his mission to build up his confidence, and has even agreed to travel with him on his first expedition in 3 weeks' time. For now, however, Norbit ushers you over to the table.
Have a seat and rest until dinner is served. Biscuits. Excellent.
He takes the package from Kipling.
The very thing we needed.
Norbit bustles away to finish his preparations for dinner, while you and Kipling sit at the table and gaze out at the sweeping plain. Lightning plays across the sky, and the wind is picking up. From your vantage point, you can see the rain front sweeping slowly across the plain, a grey wall of mist and water coming ever closer to the village. You settle back in your chair, feeling safe and in good company.
Look, over there.
You follow Kipling's gaze and see a young woman standing on a nearby slope. Her back is towards you, her hair streaming in the wind. She raises her arms and sings to the storm.
Dew on the morning grass, sunrise upon the pass, whispers to the wooded maze, dreaming of those ancient days. Streams that gently wind and flow, mountains capped with early snow, melodies in forest deep, Hyrule's secrets ours to keep. Echoes in the wind so clear, songs of legends drawing near. let's journey far. Find the magic where we are. Birds above an endless sky, silent prayers heard on high. Fields of gold and emerald green, paths where all our dreams are seen. Lanterns light the evening shade, memories that never fade. Triforce shining from afar, guides us like a northern star. Echoes in the wind so clear, songs of legends drawing near. Take my hand, let's journey far. Find the magic where we are.
The young woman is silent for a moment. Then she half turns and looks directly at you. She smiles and is gone.
Well now, there is a mystery.
Kipling strokes his chin thoughtfully as he looks out into the gathering dusk.
What did I miss? Was that singing?
Norbit comes over, bearing platters of food. Kipling stirs, a half smile alighting on his face.
Yes, it was singing of a kind. Who was it? I do not know.
Kipling's eyes twinkle.
No one from the village, I think. But I will say this. Sometimes the sounds of nature can be the most beautiful music of all.
Look! Here comes the storm.
All of a sudden, the rain hits. Wind rattles the shutters and water pummels the roof. The temperature drops, and you are suddenly grateful for your thick jacket and the crackling fire nearby. None of you move to close the window. The porch is wide enough to keep the water from coming inside. Norbit serves the dinner. It is a simple meal, healthy and tasty, and warming. The three of you sit contentedly at the table, eating and talking quietly, but mostly just appreciating the rain. After a while, you move to a bench under the porch overlooking the plain. Norbit brings you a blanket and pillow and a cup of tea. You lie down and make yourself comfortable. You watch the storm for a while, listening to the sounds of Kipling and Norbit quietly discussing their plans for an expedition. Their voices are soothing. You hear Norbit speaking.
I worry so much. There are so many things to do. Every day, no matter how much I have got done, there is always more to do. And I don't feel like I am doing any of it well. What should I do?
Do! The secret to a good life is doing less and not more.
Kipling is silent for a moment. Then he speaks again.
See that rock over there? The boulder near the tree. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Do you think that rock is heavy?
Yes, of course it is heavy.
It's not heavy. If you don't pick it up,
Kipling laughs.
you take on too many burdens. They would be nothing to you if you did not choose to worry about them.
You listen to Kipling and Norbit talk some more. Norbit's voice seems lighter, as if he is relieved. Kipling is calm and measured. You feel good knowing they're close by. Perhaps you will join them on their adventure. Perhaps another adventure will call to you. Anything is possible. But for now, none of that is important. There is just the rain, the rough warmth of the blanket, the softness of the pillow, and the knowledge that you are safe and with friends.